today with Brittney Ardizzoini, and she is one of my top agents from Jill & Co. And I thought it'd be a great idea to do some videos so when you're looking for a client or when you have a client in mind, they could just watch the video and see about what makes you better than the rest, what makes them want to hire you.
Okay.
So you had told me before about one specific time with your many sales.
Yes.
But I remember it comes to mind that you had one deal, and I think you ended up becoming Brittney the Mover instead of Brittney the Realtor. And I just thought that that would be a good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
So you want to talk a little bit about that?
So last year it was, the market was somewhat similar, but I had been introduced to a couple who was selling their much too big house, and it was, they needed to downsize. And I had done deals with their family, so I made them a priority. And I started by a consultation and explaining what they should focus their time on, because meanwhile they had been really adamant about fixing some pretty expensive things, and I said, don't worry about it, let's not do that, let's do these things. Which they started the punch list,
which you've become quite good at doing.
Yes.
Making money for your clients and selling.
And I also don't want to waste time, so because time is money. And so the contract to list wasn't until they called me and said their list was done. And it was 7 months in. So here we go. We signed the listing agreement. We get it on the market.
Punch list is all done. Their house looks beautiful and they're ready to go.
We staged it. I brought them moving boxes. I made sure that they knew how to declutter. I knew to take down personal items. And so they said, all right, we're ready to go. Pictures were done. Flash forward, went under contract within a month. Which for last year, that was really good.
That was good. Super good.
They were very happy.
And they listened to you, and they were top-notch sellers. They were A+ sellers.
They were A++. So then we had home inspection 2 days into COVID.
Which at that time was very, very scary for everybody.
So the whole world basically changed. And this whole dynamic then changed, and I couldn't necessarily be as hands-on as I had been. Because of COVID. So my strategy needed to change a little bit. So we get through inspection, we find them a new home, everything's aligning really beautifully. And then I started to feel like I needed to hold their hands a little bit going towards the closing. So I would touch base quite regularly. And I ended up calling a week out from closing. They said, yep, we have this under control. We can do this.
Because they were moving themselves out of the house.
They were moving themselves.
They thought that they could move themselves out of the house and that they did not need to hire a moving company.
Exactly. Because in years past, they didn't need to. So 3 days before closing, I get a call from them and they said, Brittney, we need your help. We're not closing in 3 days. We need to postpone. And I said, oh, I got you. I have it under control. I'll make my phone calls. So I called Trend Moving. Which
are fabulous.
They're incredible. They did what they normally would have done in 7 days in 72 hours. And it was remarkable. They had this entire 3,500 square foot, 5-bedroom house, completely packed.
And at short notice.
At very short notice.
Very short notice.
And then I showed up.
And you became Brittney
the mover.
The mover.
And then
with your husband.
I had him go rent a trailer, and we tackled that house with Trend Moving. I had my car full of plants. He moved a barn full of stuff. He did dozens of dump runs. But long story short, God bless
Chad. He is a worker man, I will tell you that.
And long story short, 20 minutes before the final walkthrough, it was broom clean and ready to go.
Awesome.
So I would do this 10 times over if I had to, just because they appreciated it so much. I mean, I still talk to them.
And they were stuck, and they did it in the past, but years move on, and it becomes harder for everybody to do things. And I guess they kind of bit off more than they could chew when they thought that they could do it themselves.
They did,
But now they're probably got a ton of referrals even from them.
Yes, they call me all the time to chat, but they also send me a lot of personal referrals, which I appreciate so much.
So it was worth all the efforts.
1000%. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate
Yeah,
that. Because
totally.
you represent us,
Yeah.
and I so appreciate all you do.
Oh, yeah,
And then another thing we questioned was what made you get into real estate? So I thought maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Where do I begin?
I love the story. But we've said that we are not going to get sad, so
Yeah,
let's try not to get sad.
Okay, let's stick to the point. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been licensed for 12 years. I tried it for a year when I got out of college, but I juggled a lot of different responsibilities and I just couldn't fully commit.
Yep.
So I decided to inactive status my license, and then I pursued a different career for 10 years, which I loved. And
you were very good at.
Yeah,
I was extremely good at, but there was a lot of hours. It was, she was a manager in retail.
Yep.
And she
had
a good job.
Yeah, I really loved it. So I left on really good terms, but my life changed significantly in 2016. So I was on
good things.
Yes. I had a baby and I was on maternity leave.
Yeah.
And, just the idea of needing to manage other people really wasn't something that I felt I could do 100% at that time in my life. So I decided to take the plunge, because this one particular day I was in the mall visiting my mother at work.
Sometimes it's about being at the right place at the right time.
Yes.
Because I was at the right place at the right time.
Yes. Because, so Jill was sitting in the chair of my mother's hair salon, and I would always go in and visit her. And that particular day I walked in.
I was there.
And my mom said, "Come here, you have to meet my client." I go over, and there's Jill. And she says,
"I'm starting a team."
She says, "Oh, your baby's so cute. I'm starting a team. Here's my card."
Yeah.
And then I
knew she had her license because Sherry had told me.
Yep. And I had no idea what the heck a team was, because that was not a thing.
Neither did a lot of people.
Yep. That was not a thing. So I really didn't understand, but I also kind of brushed it off because I was on maternity leave and I was spending time with my baby.
Yeah.
So flash forward 2 weeks, and I decided to call the phone number on the business card, and I set up a time with Jill, and honestly we discussed what my life could look like as a realtor, and what kind of goals I could have, and the possibilities were completely endless, and I was completely sold. And there was only 4 people.
Yep.
So
4 on the team.
4 on the team.
Yep. She was number 4.
Number 4. Yeah. And my first day on the team was picture day.
Yeah. Actually,
I showed up to get my picture taken.
That's right. And right after maternity leave.
Yep, right after maternity leave.
Yeah.
So, and
but since then, we've kind of I think that Brittney really loves her career.
Yes.
But you love the clients that you have. I see the relationships that you have built through the, I think, 5 years that you've been with me right now. 5 years. She is used to get a lot of leads from me. Doesn't really need those anymore because she has so many client referrals. Yeah. Because people just love her. She goes above and beyond. And she's always, she works very, very, very hard for her clients, whether it's negotiating the deal or staging the houses or taking, one particular buyer out to look at 70 houses. Yeah. You are an incredible realtor. And if you're looking to hire a great realtor, look no farther, because Brittney Ardizzoini will be it.
Thanks, Jill.
Thanks. Yeah, How long was that? The wine is making me red, though. Drink.
It's like bloopers.
Wait, take 2.
Take 2.
Take 2.